It's time for Everything Noob, your source for all things gaming.
Happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of the Everything Noob podcast. I am Vortek, joined this evening by Miss Jemmy.
I can't believe it's Monday already.
I know. And one by one, we're dying off.
What?
Have you noticed that? Like, it's you and me now, but last week it was you, me, and Dreadlow. And a couple weeks before that, we had Dark Newt, and he hasn't been able to make it on the show. We're just dying off one by one.
Oh, no.
The noobs are an endangered species.
Well, maybe if we weren't, lemurs or, what was it? Anything. Anything that's not built for survival that's somehow surviving.
Yes. I suppose the noobs should eventually die off once they get good at things.
Lemmings.
Lemmings.
That's what I wanted to say. Lemurs.
Lemurs. I knew it was there somewhere. All right, so lots has happened. E3 is over, thank goodness. And now...
Oh, speaking of E3, I don't know if you looked through the comments and stuff, but a lot of people were wanting to talk about Splatoon, or they wanted us to mention it.
Oh.
I know, like, people have huge mixed feelings about it, and here's my thoughts. It looks like it could be a fun game, but it's Nintendo doing an FPS, which means it's not going to be fun for me, because here's the thing about Team FPS. Communication is key. Nintendo likes to cut off all communication.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that at all. Any Nintendo game I get on, if it's online, I can't communicate with anybody. There's no headset communication, it seems. I guess there is with Mario Kart. I haven't played it with anyone, but I went to check out a lobby because I tried to, and I couldn't get in touch with the person. But as I was waiting in the lobby, there was a little microphone symbol, and I think that was a voice communicator. And I hadn't seen that in a Nintendo online game before, so I was kind of excited, but I've yet to try it.
Oh. Still,
it's very
everyone
censored.
will be an island, and no one will work together.
Yeah. Well, do people work together in
can't.
FPS as it is, though?
Well, that's a team-based, like, objective game.
Oh.
You want it because it's ink that you just, like, spread everywhere, and the winner of the round is the one who's spread the most. So you have to work together, and you can, like, spray over the other team and stuff. So you have to work together in that game, and there's going to be very little communication to keep it more family-friendly, and
they should have called it Euphemism, not Splatoon.
Really?
I'm sorry.
They're squids. They're little children squids.
I haven't seen it.
How did you miss it? You watched the Nintendo press thing?
No, I watched
it
bits.
Was in there.
I watched highlights and snippets of everything.
Oh, well, if you watch the whole, like, hour and a half thing, a little ad and interview is there for it.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I missed it. And there you go. Now we've talked about it.
Well, there you go. For everybody who wanted to talk about it.
What I was going to say was that the Steam Summer Sale is upon us early.
Yeah.
Christmas came early.
I think they probably bumped it up because they do the fall sale.
Oh, you're probably right, since that's kind of a new thing.
To kind of, like, space everything out more. And this time around, they're doing this, like, game board team thing where 30 people from the winning team of the day will get free games from their wish list. But I've been, like, watching the stats. That is so rigged. If these teams were, like, random or randomly winning, it'd be a lot closer. Because every day it's one team that's way ahead of the rest. Like, Pink Team just decided to pull it out yesterday. No.
I don't understand at all. I saw this and I joined a team. It randomly placed me on, I think, Blue Team or something.
Yeah, you're on the Blue Team.
Okay, creep. And
you're going to win tomorrow. It shows you who everybody's on. I'm on the Pink Team, which I won. My team won today. Your team's going to win tomorrow. Intern's on the Blue Team as well.
Okay, so the prize for this is that 30 people in that one team, which is millions of people per team, if I'm not mistaken, everyone on Steam shares these teams that they're on. So Thousands upon possibly millions of people are in these teams, and 30 of them are going to get 3 games that are at the top of their wish lists.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's like the dumbest prize ever. The dumbest thing. The whole thing is stupid. I don't like Steam trading cards. I don't like that they're trying too hard, and then they do this.
You know what? I wish they would have given out like one game to, what is that? Instead of 3 games to 30 people, 1 game to 90 people?
I would have taken that. I mean, whatever raises the odds so that I feel like it's worth my time to invest in trading cards. Trading cards don't cost them anything. And they, at least the winning team, everyone on the team should get a trading card. Or something.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't do that. And I don't like the trading cards. I don't play games extensively on Steam. I kind of pick and choose little things, and my interest shifts a lot, especially when we're talking the Steam summer sale. There's tons and tons of stuff I could be buying and different games I'm going to be playing. There's no way I can focus on collecting all the cards for one stupid game.
But if you play like for 2 to 4 hours, you'll have all the cards.
Okay, wise guy.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, it's easy to get all the cards that you can get as a drop for the game, but good luck collecting them all without spending money.
Yeah. That's the other thing, too. People spend money on them. And then what? You collect them, you combine them, you help your team out, and you could win a game on your wish list, maybe? Just kind of seems silly. It seems like a silly contest, and I don't know why people are excited about it at all.
I'm not excited about it, but, like, if I got picked to win the games, I'd be totally stoked. But other than that, I paid no mind to it because it's like, the odds of me being that one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure the 30 people that are winning are the 30 most highest level Steam rank on the team that day, which means they're those level 100 people who buy every game and collect every card, craft every badge.
I have to wonder if it goes to them because they've done more work or if it truly is random.
I would assume it goes to them because they have a weighted randomizer where the highest levels have a better chance of getting in the 30.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's a lot of good deals, at least. Steam Summer Sale still. They did this one thing, but there's still a lot of awesome deals that are killing me inside. I don't know about you, but I go on there and just solitary tears just stream down my face.
This time around, I just don't care.
I didn't
like,
care.
My heart doesn't swell with joy when I look at the Steam sale this time.
Yeah, I didn't care very much. I mean, there's definitely been better ones. Maybe it's because I've already bought the games I want to buy. But then I noticed other things that aren't really advertised. One of them is Castle Crashers. That's on sale till like the 30th. I'm going to buy it because they're doing like, for a couple bucks, you can get this awesome game. The DLC is less than $1, all of the DLC. And it's just a really fun brawler you can play with your friends. If you never played Castle Crashers, look it up. Freaking awesome game. I can't even tell you. Have you ever played it?
I haven't played it, but I've had a lot of people suggest that I need to get it and play with them. And it does seem fun, but by the time like I always thought about buying it, like everybody was over it.
You know,
so
Newgrounds.
It's like, yeah, I'll just wait.
Yeah, you know Newgrounds. I think that's who made it or who they're associated with.
No, Newgrounds is a website like YouTube, but for Flash animations and games.
Yeah, I used to go there a lot
so
before
they
YouTube
didn't
was
make
big.
It.
I know they didn't
An
make
artist
it.
on Newgrounds
associated with them or whatever it is. They published it. I don't know. Either way, it's a really fun game. It's really humorous. The art style is cool, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a good game to get with a couple friends and just play through it because it's one of those quick ones too. You could beat it a night.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love quick games.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna get it. I might get a 4-pack even. Maybe we'll play it
sometime.
Whoa! I know. Because a 4-pack is like, I guess it's less than buying all 4 of the games separate, getting the 4-pack, so it's a good deal. And the game itself is only a couple bucks, so do it.
Guarantee friends to play with you.
Yeah. Come on, friends. In my case, like
still want to play
a couple
Hammer
people.
Watch more.
Hammer Watch was cool. I'm looking forward to the next Gauntlet game now. Shortly after getting through Hammerwatch, they announced that. We talked about it on the show not long ago, and oh my gosh, that game looks awesome too.
Red Warrior is eagerly waiting.
Red Warrior needs food badly. So, Steam Summer Sale, it's here. We might have to, we're going to look into
Everyone's broke.
Everyone is broke. I just moved. I have no money for the Steam Summer Sale, but I'll try. I'm going to try to get a couple cheap little games. I mean, the whole point is for people like me who have no money, so I'll try.
There was a game that I saw on somebody's wish list that was less than $1, and I bought it. Like, there's no reason you should have this on your wish list still. Have it.
What game?
Oh, God, I can't remember what it was. It was, I think the original game price was like $10. It was like 99 cents, and I'm like, buy it.
Usually,
I can't even remember.
Binding of Isaac and Terraria go down to that price tag.
It wasn't either of those.
Oh, okay.
It was an indie game, though. Pretty sure it was.
Binding of Isaac's getting a lot of new attention, new updates coming to it. That the new Binding of Isaac Rebirth. And
is it?
Yeah.
Have they decided to move away from pixels?
No, of course not.
I wish they hadn't gone pixels. The graphics look nice. It's polished, but I preferred the actual hand-drawn art.
Me too.
Really. And I understand, like, in a game that would probably be a pain, but they could have emulated it.
It really doesn't. I don't like the way it looks. People in my stream know that I'm really upset about the animation in the new Binding of Isaac Rebirth, to the point where I almost don't want to buy it because of how terrible I think it looks. Yeah. I feel like they've taken a huge step backwards when it comes to the art style.
I think this is about the 10th time we've whined about it, though.
Yeah, I know. I never stop.
We should probably just, no, I'm going to cut you off here. We need to move on.
I'm still saying I'm probably going to buy it because of all the awesome features.
Is there, anything new in particular that you were really excited about?
Well, they're doing a lot of the same things Spelunky did. I mean, I guess there's going to be a possible multiplayer co-op option. Lots of new items and dungeon styles and stuff like that, too. But we're also looking at, daily challenges similar to Spelunky.
Oh.
That's another thing that's really cool, because if you ever played Spelunky, it's the same kind of game, but it's side-scrolling. And it's it's another roguelike game where you go through and you're trying to go to the depths of this cave system, and each depth is a level, and if you die, you have to start all over again. It's a lot of fun, but they have a lot of cool things like multiplayer and different challenges and things like that, and it's just a good streaming kind of game. So Binding of Isaac's gonna have a lot of those features, which makes it really appealing. So
that's good.
Just those graphics.
I'm excited about the new game. I can't wait to buy it. Of course, I might miss the release, as I have a new addiction. So,
yeah. What's that addiction?
I half ashamedly, half proudly spent all weekend playing Final Fantasy XIV. If you're following my Twitter, you probably got spammed with, I think it was at least 5 pictures that I posted of me just playing the game.
That's not spam.
No, but I wanted to post a lot more. I can't tell you how many actual screenshots I took that I didn't post.
I've been playing Animal Crossing all weekend.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
I thought about that game, but I was like, no, I need this unicorn mount. I need it badly.
And did you get it?
Oh, yes, I did. It's so majestic and beautiful.
I did it! Unicorns, yeah!
I just love the little clippy clop sound when I ride it. That's amazing.
That's the sound horses make.
Yeah, it is. No, but the other mounts are giant birds, so it sounds different. And no, they're running birds. They're like ostriches.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, they're yellow.
That's disappointing.
Like chickens with long ostrichy legs.
Do a lot of people play that game?
Yes. A lot of people do.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so the servers are pretty populated. People are around. People are friendly. There isn't a whole lot of PvP right now, so the attitude from mostly what I can gather is really friendly. But they're going to patch in more PvP, which is giant scale battles. So who knows?
That could be cool if you're a PvP person. I'm not, but I like economy stuff.
I don't want them to add a lot of PvP because that's when communities turn nasty.
Yeah, I guess it just depends. I mean, I'm kind of worried about that with Star Citizen. They've just released their dogfighting module.
Ooh.
And I've been following this game very closely because it's something I'm really excited about. It's going to be kind of it's going to be an online game, kind of like an MMO, but not really. You're going to be in space and you're going to be in the same universe as everyone, but you're not really encouraged to just fight people. You can buy ships, you can do all sorts of stuff, you can go discover new galaxies and new stuff like that. But they released their like dogfighting module where you fight against computers.
Yeah.
I was having some fun doing that. That was pretty cool, but it's kind of cut and dry right now. You get in your ship, you fight waves of people, and the waves just keep coming, and eventually you just kind of get tired of it for now. But it's pretty polished for a pre-alpha.
That's good.
They've just raised $47 million as of like today or yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They should give some of that money to the Reading Rainbow Kickstarter.
That Kickstarter's doing just fine.
I know it is, but I want to see them make that 5 million mark so they can give out more free Reading Rainbow. That's such a good program.
I was never.
I don't know.
Really liked it.
Well, you don't like to read.
Nope.
Let's not go back on the reading topic.
I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm glad that books are still relevant, especially with today's generation, but I've never really cared for it. But anything to get kids to not look at cell phones all day, I'm all for.
Oh, anything. Anything to get the kids off the cell phones.
I can't even imagine what it would be like to be a first grade teacher right now.
I would love to see adults get off the phones too. It's getting pretty bad overall.
Yeah. It is.
I must be connected to everyone at all times. I can't even imagine like how people back in like the 50s and 60s existed without constantly just beep 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 people talking to people. Like how did you exist? Like how did you get rides? How did you arrange things? I mean, I know it happened.
Do you?
But I don't know how because we're just everyone, young and old, dependent on cell phones.
Yeah, technology sucks. Now let's do a podcast about video games.
No, technology doesn't suck. It's cell phones and our dependency on being connected to everyone at all times.
I agree. It's
time to cut the cord.
It's pretty disgusting. We're all guilty for it, but yeah, anything that gets kids away from just sitting on their tablets
cell
or cell phones, video games all day, I'm all for it. I mean, we thought it was bad when we were growing up with Super Nintendo and old consoles like that coming out, but it's only gonna get worse.
I know I would go back to those days of just like nagging your kids to get off the console all weekend and go outside and play. Because now, if you tell them to go outside, they're just going to take their cell phone outside. And it's like, great, now I'm doing this in the sun. And there's glare on my phone. Thanks, Mom.
Mom, I need a no-glare screen protector.
Now let me go find a tree to sit under for the shade. I got a text for 4 hours so I can create drama at the school.
The next week, go deal with it.
Because Tabitha just broke up with her ex who never did treat her right.
That's ridiculous. Nobody's named Tabitha.
Some people are.
Is that a common name?
I don't think it's common anymore. Have you seen like new baby names? They're so crazy. I was like, why can't people just name their kids normal things?
If you're watching Game of Thrones, chances are your kid's going to be named after someone you like in Game of Thrones. Yeah. It seems these days we're all about naming our kids after media, idols, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
That's so ridiculous to me. There's kids out there named Walter because of Walter White. That's not.
Do you
even
think anybody's named their
one.
kid Kesha with a dollar sign?
I know someone who named their child Paris.
Well,
which is even worse because that's not a fictional person at all.
Well, Kesha's not really fictional.
Yeah.
It's a fictional persona, but
yeah. Maybe Paris is too, which would be kind of embarrassing for them,
But-
I suppose.
I don't. People are named Paris though, and they've been named Paris before Paris.
Oh, I mean, it's
obviously.
not a bad thing. It's just at the time when we heard the name, we're like, why? That's such. That's
Why would
such
you
a
want to
bad-
associate your kid with her?
Yeah, but no, she's great. They're great, but it's just at the time we first heard about it, we're like, all right. Anyway.
You do know Paris Hilton is a tramp.
Well, getting back on topic, there's something I wanted to bring up that was kind of crazy in the news. Oh, man. Does anyone out there know of Phil Fish? Do you know of Phil Fish?
The Fez guy.
The Fez guy. He made Fez, and I didn't know this at the time Fez was released. I found out later that he's one of the most hated indie developers out there because of his attitude. He's the biggest dick in indie gaming, it seems like. Well,
yeah, because he's an entitlement complex.
Oh, big time. So it came out in the news that PewDiePie makes $4 million a year. And that's been all over the place.
Congrats to him.
Congrats to PewDiePie. You did it. You won the internet.
I am so envious, but good job, bro. You deserve it. He worked hard.
He worked hard, yes. And, getting to that level takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And he's done a good job. So, people are all, their minds are blown. Oh my gosh, a kid on YouTube is making this much money. Not a kid, but you know what I mean. Like, this young guy is making all of this money just playing video games. That's ridiculous.
And being silly.
It's, he's a silly bitch, but people love him. That's the bottom line.
You silly bitch.
You silly bitch. Anyway.
Girl.
So Phil Fish comes out with a statement. No one's really heard from him since he pulled Fez 2, which was a big drama fest, I think Drama Fest 2013, honestly. He pulled Fez 2 saying that, he was just tired of working on it. He made up some excuse. He took his money and ran, basically, because he made all this money from Fez 1. He promised Fez 2. People supported him, and then he split. So he comes out and makes this statement on Twitter, and I have the quote here. I really don't want to read the whole thing, but it's not very long. Basically, it says this. YouTubers should have to pay a huge portion of their revenue to developers from which they steal all of their content. Ad revenue should be shared with developers. This should be built into YouTube. Anything else is basically piracy. He believes that because we make videos about video games, we owe the developers a giant check. In fact, most of the money we make, if you make any money on YouTube, because you use their game to do it.
But nobody watches YouTube videos for the actual game. They watch it for the persona of the person playing the game and like the commentary they're going to add to the game. And most people actually go out and buy the games they see while their favorite YouTuber is playing it.
Exactly. We can
In
all
most
agree.
cases.
We can all agree that this is a really screwed up statement. In fact, he got so much hate for it, he had to delete his Twitter, which was awesome. Thank you,
Yay,
Twitter.
we'll never hear from Phil ever again.
Ever, ever, ever. He will never have access to the internet now. It goes on to say, if you generate money from putting out content on your channel, you owe me money. Simple as that. If you buy a movie, are you then allowed to stream it in its entirety of it for the public, for people to watch for free? No.
Fallacy of a statement, because if you stream a movie, they get the experience without having to have purchased it. If you stream a game, they don't get the experience that you're buying from buying the game.
Exactly.
Nobody buys games to watch them. They buy them to play them, to experience them.
It's not the same at all. It's a terrible comparison.
It's not the same.
Yeah. So he goes on to say, no, because it's illegal. Systems are in place to prevent that, but buy Fez, put all of it on YouTube, turn on ads, make money from it, and that's totally fine. And the developer should in no way be compensated for their work being freely distributed to the world. Right. Makes sense. That's him talking.
It's not freely distributed. They're not giving out the software to anyone. That's like saying you owe Microsoft for giving an Excel tutorial on YouTube on how to do advanced algorithms or something. Now they don't have to buy Excel. No, they still have to buy Excel to use the software. It's not the same experience. I'm sorry.
It's not. And people obviously stood up and said the same type of things. Like, people, those videos have sold your stupid game. They're the reason people even know you exist. Shut the hell up.
Exactly.
And they just
so ungrateful.
beat them down. I that's what I love about the internet. You know, if someone comes out and is just an outright dick, and the majority of people see that, they don't stand for it. And because everyone's a really big person behind a keyboard, you don't hear the end of it. And it made this man delete his Twitter account because he just couldn't take it. Which he tweeted, "Never mind," and then deleted his Twitter account.
Which means no one ever saw that. Never mind.
Well, I guess it was seen enough to be on this news website. But.
Well, yeah. Like, the people following him, chances are they missed it, because when you delete your Twitter, everything's gone.
Everything is gone. That's how Twitter works.
After a couple hours, it just disappears, and except for everybody who screenshotted your feed.
Yeah. Which was a lot of people, apparently.
Yeah.
So
honestly, I feel bad for him, though, because he's going to get a lot of hate. Like, undeserved hate.
No, it's completely deserved. The guy's a dick.
No, but, like, there's going to be crazies out there who send him, like, death threats over it and stuff like that. And, like, that is uncalled for. That is a no-no.
Yeah, don't take it too far. But people like that do need to be put in their place, for sure.
Telling him he's wrong, that's fine. But, like, leave it at that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I completely agree. So, yeah, I guess he got trolled really bad, what Jack Craft is saying in chat here. Infamous for canceling Fez 2 because someone randomly trolled him on Twitter. Yeah, he got trolled on Twitter really bad about Fez 2, so he canceled the project. Like, this is the way this man thinks. Like, he made a bunch of money, he got really popular really fast. You know what sucks? His game looks awesome. Fez looks like an amazing game, but I will never know because I refuse to buy it because the person behind it is a dick.
Drama Queen!
It's true. Wait, isn't that a shame, though? I'm a potential customer, and I wanted to buy that game, and then I learned who the person was who made it, and I didn't. This indie thing goes both ways. If there's an indie dev that we really like, let's say the most likable person on earth makes a game, and they're an indie dev, if the game is the suck, we're still going to want to play it because we like the guy. We want to support him. We want to see him grow and become a better developer. But this guy makes an amazing game, comes out as a dick. I have no desire to buy Fez. Yeah. I'm giving it a miss because he's a dick.
I kind of do that with authors and books. If I find out they're like assholes or open dicks or openly bigoted or whatever, I'm just like, nope, I'm done. Like, I can't support you. Orson Scott Card, I hate you.
Jack Craft is also saying, to be fair, he does have some mental issues. That could be pretty obvious to some people, but I feel like you should get a publicist if you've made that much money and you have issues on social media. But
if you want the indie movie, which I think is on Netflix, you get to see a bit more about who he is.
That's what
Phil
I
Fish.
need.
Go watch the indie game movie on Netflix.
I might. I wanted to watch it. I didn't know it was. They included him in it too. I mean,
special edition of the podcast, movie day.
Yeah, movie night.
Watch it, come back and talk
Why
about
don't
it.
we stream the whole thing?
Oh no.
Phil Fish will have a conniption.
Let's just hit rewind on his part too.
Yeah.
While we're at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just let it really sink in.
This is happening. So, anyway, more drama in the video game news coming up here in just a second, but I wanted to also get to our indie spotlight of this evening. We didn't do this last week because of E3 news and stuff like that, but this week's indie spotlight is Cubic Castle. Definitely go check this game out at cubiccastles.com. Looks like a lot of fun. I've gotten to play it. The developer contacted me.
Tell me more.
I will. The developer contacted me and asked me to play it on my channel. A video will be coming out later this week. It's okay. So they described it to me. They described it to me like this. This isn't me talking. This is them. They said it's kind of a mix between Minecraft and Animal Crossing. And that's not what you say to someone like me because I love both of those games. This got me really excited.
I'll see you next year for podcast number. What's this number? I can't remember. I've forgotten. It's like 86 today?
85.
Today's 85?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you next year for 86.
No, it's It's a lot of fun. Obviously, still in development, still in beta, but this game it was a good way to describe it. So there's a lot of blocks and stuff, but not everything. Like in Minecraft, everything's a cube to some extent. Excuse me. In this, it's not like that. It's more or less a really animated cubey world, but other things are rounded out. It's not, furniture and stuff can have different shapes. And you can take blocks, you can move them around, terraform, craft with them, build with them, but you get your own little place. So you log into the game, you go through the tutorial, you pop out, and you're in this world with little castles everywhere and other buildings and stuff like that. And you're kind of looking around like, what the hell? And you realize you have a deed. And you click on the deed, and you can place your own castle anywhere there's a spot. I place my castle, and then I can jump in, and then I'm in my own little realm where I can build to my heart's content. There's resources to mine, not a lot, but some. And what's cool is I can do a whole bunch of building, make my realm look however I want it to look, and then jump out and go check out other people's realms, or they can come to mine. And then I have permissions to let them build or not, too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun, and the reason that it's compared to Animal Crossing is because that's the thing about Animal Crossing. If you're playing it and you work on your town, you do all this work, and you want people to come visit, you can open your gate, people can hop on a train and come visit you, or you can go visit them, and you're always your character with your inventory. Whereas in Minecraft, if you want to visit another server, for example, you are a whole new person with a whole new inventory, and you can't trade with them. You could be like, well, on my server, I have all these things, and I can give them to you. And, oh, okay, well, here's these things to take back to your server. It's not like that. It's kind of cool. It's just the whole game right now in beta is based on one server. So, pretty neat.
I hope it's more Animal Crossing.
I actually talked to them about that because it's definitely more Minecraft at the moment. But I said, you told me it's like Animal Crossing, and that's cool. I think we could really benefit from more things similar to Animal Crossing. For example, maybe items that are exclusive to your realm, but in that are tradable, like the fruit. So in your Animal Crossing town, everyone has a different kind of fruit, and you want to go to different towns to collect all the fruit, so you have all the rare fruits in your town.
Well, it promotes socializing.
Exactly. I also mentioned that each castle could have its castle/realm, same thing. They could all have their own day-night cycle based on the time zone you live in. So it's night. It'd be nighttime for me right now, but if I played with someone in Australia, it'd be daytime in their castle because it's a different realm. Stuff like that. You could do a lot when you're comparing a game like that to Animal Crossing, and it has the potential to become something like that. Those are the types of features I would really love to see. I also mentioned collectibles, and I'm going to go on the forums and suggest all this. They're like, oh, we have a forum. That sounds like a really great idea. They even said, I love fishing in Animal Crossing. I want them to add fishing. Because this was like the person who's reaching out. They're not one of the developers, I don't think.
Yeah.
So they're like, I'm really pushing them to add fishing because that'd be a lot of fun. I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. The thing about Animal Crossing is it runs all year round. So there's fish that come out every season. There's different things that happen depending on what time of day it is and what year it is, or what time of year it is. I mean,
special events.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I would like to see out of a game on PC, which we talked about recently. We don't have that. So this game has that potential, and it's definitely worth checking out. It'll be linked in the show notes. It's cubiccastles.com for those of you listening, and if you're interested. There you go. Indie Spotlight.
Sounds like a good one.
It is. It's going to be on the website soon. I'm going to throw a blog up once I get my quick look video on it, and I'll probably play more on my channel as well.
Can just anybody get in on it now?
Yeah.
Or are we going to have to wait?
Oh, that's the other thing I meant to say. Yeah, it's free, but they run off microtransactions to support their server and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
And microtransactions, in a way, you could consider pay to win, but you're just buying like different packs. It's like DLC built into the game where you just, you can go to someone's town or castle they've bought all those packs, and you can interact with the items they've bought, or you can buy them yourself. So, in a way, it's kind of like that. That's how they make their money, and I mean, that's cool. Kind of like Guild Wars. MMO that makes their money with microtransactions. I can support that.
Yeah.
So
it can be done right.
100% free.
I have no problem with microtransactions until it goes wrong, and most of the time it's wrong.
Yeah, they're also on Steam's Greenlight. You can find them there and hit the upvote Get them on Steam.
Do that for them.
Yes.
Do them a solid.
Always do that, even if you're not going to play the game. If you see a game that you think is good and that they've actually put work into it and they deserve it, vote it up on Greenlight. Greenlight just makes me so angry. It's like this really big exclusive club and you need so many votes to get in. Just vote for them.
Even if you wouldn't play it, as long as it looks like a solid finished game, just upvote.
Yeah.
Let them earn money.
What was that zombie game called that did really bad on Steam? We talked about it a lot.
I don't know. Certainly wasn't Rust, because that's not a zombie game.
Oh, it was like War Z or something, or something like that, and they changed the name because of the movie.
And the game got panned and pulled from Steam and all sorts of stuff.
That's the kind of thing I would say to vote down. But if it's not like that, there's no reason that's why I don't like Greenlight, because there's so many almost every game on there is deserving to some extent.
But nobody knew that game was bad, admittedly, until it was too late.
Yeah, true.
So, like, you can't tell if it's bad for the most part, but if it looks like it has potential to be good, just upvote it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do this thing.
Steam will pull it if it's that bad.
Yeah, history's proven that, thank goodness, too, because... also, what I wanted to say was that Origin has been doing free games lately.
Yeah.
They put Peggle on there. And
Peggle?
I'm one of those lame asses who's never played Peggle. And I've just heard of it. I've never played it.
Yeah, but why Peggle? Like, that's not going to get people to use Origin.
No.
In fact, the people who play Peggle aren't on Origin. Just saying.
Well, I played it.
Did you like the unicorn?
I beat the whole thing. Not all the challenges, but the adventure mode in, like, about 4 hours of gameplay. I just couldn't stop. Did you just
sit down and not get up?
I just couldn't stop. I'm like, this is way too addictive. And then I text my dad. I'm like, you got to check this game out. And then I saw him. He played it longer than I did.
He probably had a harder time with it.
Oh my God, he was playing it so long. I just couldn't help but laugh. But it's kind of cool that Origin's doing that. But God, Origin has such a long way to come still. Bad selection.
How about gifting games?
No gifting games. Yeah.
I would love the ability to gift games, but
I
needed
it, and I couldn't do it. Now I have to go buy the game on Amazon via gift code. Stupid.
What were they thinking when they set that up? Like, Steam gifting has made them so much money. I would venture to guess like 50% of the games bought on there are gifts for somebody else on Steam.
Absolutely. No contest. Whatever. Anyway, I was going to go into drama in the gaming community. Another piece of drama.
Give it to me, girlfriend.
It's gossip time. The noobs are now going to gossip about a Nintendo lawsuit that they lost. Aww.
Well, if they were stealing, they should have lost.
And they did. I don't know if they were stealing. These lawsuits confuse me because I really don't see the coders at Nintendo or the bigwigs or whoever looking at another company, in this case Philips, and going, they have a good formula, let's steal it. But apparently they lost the lawsuit. For all we know, they did actually steal this technology. But any technology in your Nintendo Wii, your Wii U, your Wii Remote, your Wii Motion Plus gamepad, all that stuff, all the motion control stuff, the judge ruled that it was in fact stolen from Philips. And Nintendo lost this lawsuit, and what's depressing is that Nintendo is not in good shape right now. And then this happens.
Yeah, and that's like their big console and stuff is based all around that.
Oh, it kills me.
Well, wasn't it regional to a certain area in Europe? And like, it's a patent infringement, so it's not exactly stolen. They may have had an agreement and then the contracts weren't signed and then went ahead and used the technology. And then Phil's was like, wait, you didn't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
We don't know. But the fact is, Nintendo lost, and now they're going to have to pay big for it.
Yeah, we do know that Nintendo lost the lawsuit, and this is going to cost them a bunch of money, and we're just driving all these stakes through Nintendo's heart right now, and it sucks.
It sucks, but it's kind of time for them to wake up and get in reality a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, poor Nintendo. I like
Which
Nintendo.
Also at the same time could be horrible because it could be like, oh, nope, if we don't make it in-house anymore, it's not going to be on the system.
Well,
could make them turtle up harder.
True, yeah, they're already really closed off to the rest of the world, and now this. We just did all this talk about Animal Crossing, too, which is so sad because I love that game. I love a lot of their games. Even though they're really repetitive, Nintendo's a great company. This sucks.
Nintendo doesn't make Animal Crossing though, do they?
It's an exclusive.
They own the exclusive rights to it.
I don't know who makes it really. I'm sure if Nintendo went under, we might see some iteration of it somewhere. But then again, maybe not. I mean, I just know it's only on Nintendo, and it's a great franchise. And I can't wait till a Wii U version comes out because eventually I'll be done collecting all the collectibles in Animal Crossing and I want my next one. But
then you'll need like the little Miiverse amiibo for Animal Crossing to stick on your Wiimote.
What do you mean?
Controller. Oh, the little dolls that you scan.
I don't want that. I don't think they'll force that.
I guarantee that will be in the new Wii U Animal Crossing.
It'll probably be there, but I don't have to use it. You don't need it for the games, but it's just that one little thing. It's kind of like...
But it's going to drive you crazy because whatever bonus you're going to get from it, you're going to be like, I need that. So let me go buy that $20 doll.
According to Jackcraft in chat, Animal Crossing is made in-house by Nintendo.
Oh, it is? Well, I always see, like, another developer made it. So, like, I guess it's just a small side developer owned by Nintendo then.
Yeah, they could be working in-house for Nintendo, just not the same guy who made Mario. But what's cool about Animal Crossing is there's a lot of Nintendo reference to it. And there's certain villagers that like to wear the same clothes as Mario and walk around going, "It's-a me!" And there's a lot of Nintendo items and there's all this stuff, and it definitely is a game that kind of shines a light on the Nintendo universe.
I really, what kills me about Nintendo games is the inclusion of Mario in like everything they own. Like somewhere in every game, there's going to be Mario or something Mario. And it kind of drives me crazy because it's like, really, like every game. Every game.
Stop it, Nintendo. We get it.
Please, stop it. I'm annoyed with this.
It's a plumber who saves a princess. We've heard it before.
I'm all for Easter eggs, but they don't feel special anymore. It's more like just like a regular like organic egg down at the market.
Yeah.
It's not for Easter anymore.
It's no longer a hidden feature.
No, because I know it's there. I'm probably going to blatantly step all over it because they aren't that hidden.
Well, did you know that we're almost done with friend codes on Nintendo?
What?
We're almost done with them. What
do you mean?
So we need to trade friend codes to be friends on 3DS, right?
Yeah.
With the Wii U, their new Nintendo ID system throws all that away.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just, now they do it just like Xbox and PlayStation have always done it, where if you get someone's Nintendo ID, you can type it in, hit add, and they'll accept it when they see it. Just like everyone else.
Thank you.
Finally.
The friend code was so ridiculous.
But they pushed this update on the Wii U, not the 3DS. Why?
Well, I saw an update where they used the Nintendo, like, ID thing, but you also have to have the friend code, so maybe later they'll push that update, or they'll just wait for the next iteration of Game Boys.
Maybe. I don't want to use a friend code anymore. So, like I said, I was playing a lot of Animal Crossing this weekend, and that entails, these days, because I've finished all the things that you can really do single player, like upgrade your house and stuff like that. And now when you want to go into detailed decorating, it's helpful to find a community online. So a lot of people go to animalcrossingcommunity.com, where this massive Animal Crossing community still plays all the iterations of Animal Crossing all the way down to GameCube. I mean, they're always doing stuff, and you could even trade stuff on GameCube too. It was really cool. But maybe I'll get to that in a second. The whole point is, I was playing on this website, and I still have to trade friend codes to trade with people and have them come to my town. But not only that, I have to log out of the game to enter their friend code. It won't let me, while the game is running, I can't enter a friend code, even if I minus it out for a second. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Oh, it's frustrating.
And it's just their way of closing you off and cutting off that communication and making everyone a little island in these, like, family-friendly group games, which are not very groupy feeling. Unless you're all together. Like, they want you all in the same living room, really. And it's just not going to happen anymore. You can't do it anymore.
In fact, I was playing the game with our friend Mojito, who's physically here right now, and we're sitting next to each other on the couch playing Animal Crossing on our 3DSs, and I opened the gate to my town locally, so I'm not on the internet. I've opened the gate via Bluetooth or whatever the 3DSs use to communicate. She comes to my town, we're hanging out, and out of nowhere it crashes. And
what?
Yeah. And we lost all the data that happened between her coming to my town and being there, and everything that happened in between. So it was awful. And we've decided.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Was it just the game that crashed, or the whole 3DS?
No, it was the online mode. So
okay,
it rolled us all back before she came to my town. So the game, like, kind of in a way restarted, and I was just kind of standing at my gate waiting to open it. So because it saves as you open the gate. And I'm like, what the hell? And so we had to redo everything. And I said, why don't we just use the internet instead of local? And that is so much more stable, which is weird, right?
that is weird.
We
That must
haven't
have been a
dropped out
fluke.
once with using the internet to communicate within the same household.
But I feel like, from what I understand, when you use local on the 3DS, what it does is it uses your router, but it doesn't go out onto the internet. It just works within your home network.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's the
So
same
I think
thing.
it was just a fluke.
Or
Or maybe your router just couldn't handle it and just crapped out, and then the connection lost.
Well, with the local connection, from what I understand, we could be at, like, an airport, for example, and not tied into their Wi-Fi and still do it. But maybe I'm wrong about that.
You're right. I don't know.
Anyway, the whole thing is, it sucks that, like, the whole idea of the system is, you're probably right. They want you to be in the living room together. They want you to play with people you know, and rather than going on these sites and finding strangers to trade with. But I will say,
You know what I wish they would do for the 3DS?
What?
It has Bluetooth in it. I wish I could Street Pass with my cell phone. And then just, like, load it down onto my 3DS.
That'd be kind of cheating.
No, just, like, have an app on my phone and just it Street Passes through my phone. And then I just, like, load it into my 3DS.
Oh, so you're saying you have your cell phone on you at all times, but not your 3DS. So you're walking around the mall with your phone in your pocket, and it street passes with people.
Yeah, a lot of people, like, especially adults and stuff, they aren't going to be carrying their 3DS everywhere.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. Okay, yeah, I get it. That'd be really cool because, yeah, I'm not keen on bringing that giant 3DS XL in my pocket or to wherever I'm going.
I know. I have a purse, so it's not a huge deal. But at the same time, it's just like, it's so not worth it. This is a college town. Everybody's an adult. And most people just leave it at home.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's easier for women because they have a purse and they can hide it in their purse. I have nowhere to hide this stupid giant thing, you know?
You should just wear it around your neck as some bling.
Flavor Flav.
Just get a big old gold chain. 3DS and chain.
Oh, God. Yes. I'll take it. I'll take 5. But no, I'm playing. I'm playing Animal Crossing with Mojito, and she hasn't turned on the game in a while. She goes in the game, and one of the animals had moved out of her village, right?
Aww.
Her favorite one, in fact.
And that is what happened to me. I totally feel her pain.
Yeah, it's I guess Axel the elephant moves out of her town, and this elephant's been gone for a while. She hasn't turned on the game. I haven't really played my game. They haven't communicated with each other, our games. So she gets this letter saying goodbye and whatever, and it's all depressing. And I go and visit her town, and I hang out there for a while. And then the next day, there's a stupid house plot sitting on top of my hybrid flower garden. I'm like, who the hell is crushing all of my hybrid flowers?
That
Axel
elephant,
the elephant.
isn't it?
That stupid asshole leaves her town, goes out on like tour to Egypt or something for a month, and then decides to move to my stupid town and crush my valuable hybrid flowers.
Ouch.
And now I'm the bad guy because I stole Axel the elephant.
Well, you could always tell him to move out and then have her come and, like, get him back.
I could. But now I have to keep him. Because I have nothing else out of this. I lose in all directions. I might as well keep him.
I wonder if I, like, go online to somebody else, if they're going to get Mitzi.
I think that'll happen. In fact, part of the Animal Crossing forum is a bunch of people trading villagers. Like, oh.
No, Mitzi already left. So I
Okay.
wonder if, like, if I go and visit Mojito right now, she would get my Mitzi.
Probably.
Like, after he toured Europe or whatever he's doing.
Yeah. They go on like a tour to Europe or something and they come back. And he remembers her. It's the same one. But
Ooh! Ow!
he goes, yeah, I'm Axel from so-and-soville, where, you know,
Did
the
she
name of her
punch
town.
you?
No, I didn't get really blamed, but it's just funny. It's a really awesome game. That's just something that I don't think any PC game will ever capture that kind of like in-depth playability.
Yeah.
It's depressing, but it's so fun. So anyway, that's my funny story about Animal Crossing. It's ridiculous, but people on the forums will go out of their way to say, "Hey, Colton's in boxes today. Why don't you come to my town and steal them? You give me $1 million, bells, whatever they're called, and you can have him. You can come to my town and convince him to move to your town." And that's, people trade villagers all the time. It's a thing.
Yeah, I want Mitzi back so bad.
I don't know if you can get him back. That's the problem.
Because, like, the only people that move to my town, I hate them all. I just want to go in there and tell Isabel they all have to go. All of them.
You can report complaints on them. It's awesome.
Stupid Scooter, the stupid Gorilla Violet, all of them. I hate all of them. That O'Hare finally left. He was like, I'm thinking about moving because this town doesn't gel with me. And I'm like, good, go.
Do you ever?
I kind of like the angry squirrel, though.
The
He's got a
angry
really
squirrel?
deep voice. It's weird. I don't know. He's just like angry all the time, and he's like blue and just really deep voice. And I'm like, not the voice I'd imagine for a squirrel, but I like you.
Do you ever give him like really obnoxious catchphrases?
Yeah, I do.
Dem titties.
Just in hopes that. Really? That's not blocked?
Dem titties. Nope. I one of them says punk ass, and he's like a guy who really likes to lift weights and stuff. So he'll talk to you and he'll be like, "What's up, punk ass?" And it's the best
I think
thing ever.
the next one I'm going to give when they ask me to do a catchphrase, I'm going to be like, hacha. Hacha.
Cha. Oh, I love it. It's such a unique little game. And I guess this Tamagotchi Life is supposed to be the next Animal Crossing, right, or something.
Tomodachi Life?
Yeah.
It's more like with your Miis, though, and there's like mini games and stuff like that.
It looks dumb.
Yeah. I was like, no, that doesn't look like Animal Crossing. Nope. I'm going to give that one a miss.
It's kind of old news now, but did you hear about the quote-unquote bug that people found where you could get gay married?
What? By, like, having a transgendered me?
No, you could have your me marry the same gender of me.
Oh.
Yeah. And Nintendo found out about this bug, and they squashed it, and now people can't get gay married.
They should have just left it.
Exactly. And so the only reason I know about this game is because it was all over the news, like the gaming news outlets, that Nintendo, bans gay marriage in this game.
Yeah, well, originally said no, you're not going to be able to, and I guess somehow a bug got in. Probably a developer actually put the bug in.
Yeah, he's like, why not? Let them play the game how they want.
Okay, well, if they do this weird stuff, it's just going to happen. Because I believe in gay rights.
Oh
and
my
because
gosh.
it's right.
That's the only reason I know that game exists, but you can't beat it.
I've seen the commercial for it. Dumbest commercial I've ever seen for a video game.
I'll have to watch it.
You need to. It's cringeworthy.
A cringeworthy video game commercial.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really cringy video game commercials, but this one was particularly bad.
Tamagotchi Life.
Because, they have computer voices for your Tomodachi's or Mii's or whatever, and it's so bad. Why would... No, I could not listen to that for hours on end. The computer, Microsoft Sam voice,
No.
Nope.
I'm out. Animal Crossing, actually, it sounds like gibberish, but if you listen really carefully, they are pronouncing every word that's being typed on the screen. But it's really sped up, so it sounds like animalese, they call it. But if you really listen carefully, you can hear them enunciating every syllable. They're actually reading it. It's kind of cool. But
I wish you could understand The Sims. No update there.
No. They won't even write in English. All the stuff they write on is in gibberish.
I wish it was at least a translatable language, though.
Yeah, that'd be kind of... Well...
I mean,
I like it.
It's on version 4, it should just be a full language by now, where if you wanted, you could learn Samoan, but... Or Siamese, or whatever it's called.
Siamese.
Oh, no.
No.
It's Thai now.
I like the Sims. Did we talk about it on the podcast last time when Sims 4 was announced? I don't know if we did or not. I've talked about how I'm upset because they won't incorporate the expansions they've put out into the legit game by now.
We have talked about that.
Well, never mind.
I'm sorry.
I meant to mention this at the top of the show, and I feel so stupid now.
What happened?
But we're about to wrap up here. Everything Noob is now broadcasting live on Wildfire Radio.
Oops.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
a good oops.
It's a good...
The oops is because we waited too long.
I caught it.
We should have broadcasted that earlier.
In fact, if you're hearing this right now and you're confused because you heard it at the beginning of the show, there's a really good chance I'm going to record a little clip thanking Wildfire for letting us join their family, because this is such a cool concept. And I wanted to make sure I mentioned it at the top of the show, and I just spaced it completely, and I apologize. So Wildfire Radio is a radio station on the internet run out of New Jersey. And these guys get together and they do live shows like any radio station would. But when they're not on the air, they've syndicated podcasts from all over the internet. And I found out about this because the Shaft podcast, which is based around Minecraft, got a show on syndicated on Wildfire.
Now, is it the Shaft podcast on there, or is it the guys from the Shaft doing a different show for them?
It is a syndicated Shaft podcast. So this episode should be airing Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. This episode. So we're syndicated, technically, on Wildfire Radio. Yeah. So it's really cool. We're going to get to reach a whole new audience. So we would like to say a big hello and thank you for listening to the Wildfire Radio family. We're really happy to be here. We're really excited. We've done 84 episodes prior to being on Wildfire Radio, so I apologize for not mentioning it at the top of the show. I really did mean to, but yes.
Why don't you tell our new Wildfire listeners where they can find us? Since this is the end of the show anyway.
Yes, you can find us at everythingnoob.com, and all your resources are there. Follow us on Twitter at everythingnoob, and you can watch us live on Twitch every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/enoobs. And that's where you can find us. So a big thanks to them. Lots of really cool shows on Wildfire Radio, so please go check them out at wildfireradio.com. We'll be sure to mention them, from time to time, remind you that we're over there. And the Shaft podcast, which is one of the many that's on there, is on Thursday nights at 4 p.m. Eastern. So it's pretty cool stuff. But yes, thank you, Jack Kraft. Congrats on getting a Wildfire. Thank you so much. It's so cool. I'm so happy that they answered me, because I saw the Shaft get on there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, hey, we have a podcast. I showed them it, and they accepted us, and so cool. Good stuff. So,
I wonder if did they listen? I mean, I like our show, but I was just curious, like, is there a bar, or is it just anyone who's willing and doesn't sound like a Skype call?
I believe there's a bar. They asked us what our listener base looked like and stuff. They don't just take anyone. So
yeah.
There's a bar, and it's good that there is. But I'm also really happy that a growing show like ours has the opportunity to expand our audience.
Well, if you have a listener base, at least at our side, that shows that you have been around for a while and you're willing to do the work, and you're probably going to stick around.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at our show number, if we still had 5 listeners, we don't care to grow. We don't care to do work.
Yeah.
We just like listening to ourselves.
Exactly. We just want to hear it after we're done. We just listen. We just turn it on and hear it.
I love to just roll back my Skype call.
So
I'm that indulgent of myself.
A lot of entertaining, funny people on that radio station, too. I couldn't recommend it more. So big thanks to Wildfire Radio for allowing Everything Noob into their feed. And they're still growing. They could, if you're hearing the show and you know that you're going to be able to listen around 4 p.m. Eastern live when it airs on that, and you're playing Minecraft or doing whatever you do, turn that on instead of listening to our RSS feed, because you'll be supporting Wildfire and us at the same time. It's good stuff. So,
or at least check out some of the other shows they got.
Absolutely, there's a lot of really funny, entertaining people throughout the day. It's a 24/7 thing. You can go listen right now.
Or right now.
Right now.
Literally. Or even 2 hours from now.
Because we're ending the show. So you might as well go over there and hang out.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week with another episode of the Everything Noob, Say It Slowly podcast. I still can't find our outro.
Oh!
I can't do it.
Horrible
Right.
cover up.
I know. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Everything Noob podcast. Be sure to visit everythingnoob.com for previous episodes, show notes, host bios, and blogs. And while you're there, feel free to write us with any questions, comments, or suggestions you may have. Don't forget to check out the links to our Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch TV channel as well. On behalf of the noobs, see you next week, and happy gaming.